Instant noodles are often considered a humble meal, quick, easy, and affordable. They've been a staple in kitchens around the world, from college dorms to busy offices, and have earned a reputation for their simplicity and convenience. However, what if we could transform these basic noodles into something truly gourmet, a dish worthy of a fine dining experience? In this challenge, we take a deep dive into the world of instant noodles and elevate them into a culinary masterpiece. Not just in one country, but across three very different regions: America, Canada, and Norway. Before we dive into the specifics of making gourmet dishes, it's essential to understand the power of instant noodles. These noodle packs, often found on the shelves of nearly every grocery store, provide a quick meal in minutes, making them an easy go-to for many. The dish itself is a simple blend of noodles and a seasoning packet, but this very simplicity has allowed for a wide array of customization, creativity, and flavor exploration. The challenge here is to transform this basic, often overlooked food item into something elevated, complex, and flavorful. In America, where comfort food meets culinary innovation, transforming instant noodles into a gourmet dish is an exciting challenge. Here, the emphasis is on bold, rich flavors and combining noodles with hearty ingredients. The base is, of course, the instant noodles, but we'll start by cooking them with a slight twist, substituting the standard seasoning packet for a rich broth made from scratch, chicken stock, or vegetable broth. American gourmet flavors call for a variety of toppings. Think crispy bacon, grilled shrimp, or pulled pork. For a more refined touch, truffle oil, Parmesan cheese, or a sprinkling of fresh herbs, like rosemary or thyme, can bring an added layer of sophistication. To add some freshness and color, incorporate sautéed spinach, roasted bell peppers, or caramelized onions. A drizzle of aioli or a dollop of sour cream elevates the dish further. Garnish with chopped chives or chili flakes to enhance the flavor profile. The goal here is to balance the richness of the noodles with bold, savory toppings, creating a comforting yet upscale dish. Pairing this dish with a light white wine or a craft beer complements the overall flavor experience. Canada, a country known for its diverse food culture and love for comfort food, brings its own unique twist to the idea of gourmet instant noodles. With influences from French cuisine, indigenous ingredients, and a deep love for hearty, flavorful meals, Canadian gourmet noodles are all about taking simple ingredients and making them shine. Start with the basic instant noodles, but cook them in a beef broth for a richer base. Adding a touch of maple syrup to the broth can bring a sweet contrast to the savory flavors. Incorporate smoked salmon, a nod to the famous Canadian smoked fish, maple-glazed chicken, or wild mushrooms like chanterelles or oyster mushrooms. Add roasted root vegetables, carrots, parsnips, and sweet potatoes for a rustic feel. A handful of fresh spinach or arugula can add a peppery bite that balances the richness of the other ingredients. Thyme and sage work wonderfully with the maple and earthy flavors, while a touch of garlic and onion powder will bring depth to the dish. For that ultimate Canadian gourmet twist, garnish with crispy bacon bits, a drizzle of maple syrup, and a few sprigs of rosemary. Pairing this dish with a glass of Canadian Chardonnay or a local IPA will add to the overall flavor experience, creating a well-rounded and satisfying meal. Norway, known for its pristine nature and abundance of fresh, high-quality ingredients, presents a more minimalist approach to the concept of gourmet instant noodles. Here, the focus is on fresh, local seafood, earthy flavors, and simple preparation methods that let the natural ingredients shine. As in the other versions, the noodles themselves are cooked with a broth, but in Norway, a fish stock or a seafood broth, using ingredients like cod, salmon, and shrimp, will infuse the noodles with deep oceanic flavors. Think grilled cod, pan-seared salmon fillets, or smoked trout. Adding pickled herring as a garnish gives a distinct, tangy note that balances the richness of the seafood. Incorporate root vegetables like carrots, turnips, or beets, all common in Norwegian cuisine. For a burst of color and freshness, top with fresh dill or lemon zest. Use dill, caraway seeds, and mustard to bring out the traditional Scandinavian flavors. Top off the dish with a drizzle of Norwegian butter and a squeeze of lemon for freshness. Garnish with finely chopped fresh dill or a dollop of sour cream. To complete this Nordic experience, pair the dish with a glass of aquavit or a refreshing white wine from the region, like Norwegian Riesling. By taking the simple, everyday instant noodles and transforming them into gourmet dishes, we've seen how diverse cultures bring their unique ingredients and culinary traditions to the table. From the bold and hearty flavors of America, the rustic and sweet savory elements of Canada, to the clean, fresh flavors of Norway, these gourmet dishes elevate the humble instant noodle into something truly special. In each country, we used local ingredients and culinary techniques to enhance the flavor of the noodles, turning them into a dish worthy of celebration. The beauty of this challenge is not only in the food itself, but in how each dish reflects the culture, flavors, and creativity of the country it represents. Through this challenge, we've proven that instant noodles can be so much more than just a quick snack. With a little creativity, some gourmet ingredients, and a touch of cultural flair, instant noodles can become a delicious, upscale meal suitable for any occasion. Whether in America, Canada, or Norway, instant noodles can be reinvented, making them a versatile and globally loved dish that continues to surprise and delight in new ways. Join us on Challenge Foods as we continue to explore and push the boundaries of simple ingredients, transforming them into extraordinary dishes. Instant noodles are often perceived as a quick, cheap meal for those in a rush or on a tight budget. However, with a little creativity, they can be elevated to a gourmet delight that showcases the culinary charms of different cultures. By focusing on the unique culinary styles of America, Canada, and Norway, we can transform an ordinary bowl of noodles into an extraordinary experience. America's food culture thrives on fusion and bold flavors. The first step in creating an American-style gourmet noodle dish is mastering the art of flavor layering. Start with a robust foundation, such as a rich bone broth or a smoked chicken or beef broth, adding a deep umami essence. Once the noodles are prepared, incorporate elements like sautéed mushrooms, slow-cooked meats, or creamy sauces to contrast with fresh touches like lemon zest or microgreens. This combination of rich, savory flavors with light, fresh ingredients creates a balanced profile that embodies the spirit of American fusion. By embracing Americans' love for culinary freedom, you could experiment with combinations such as ramen topped with spicy pulled pork, cheddar cheese, and pickled jalapenos. Or try instant noodles garnished with grilled steak, smoky barbecue sauce, and cornbread croutons. These dishes bring together the textures of Japanese ramen, the indulgence of Southern comfort food, and the power of Tex-Mex flavors. In Canada, the gourmet noodle transformation relies on local ingredients and sustainable practices. Emphasizing indigenous food practices means incorporating wild-caught fish such as salmon or trout, root vegetables, and wild game meats like bison or venison. Techniques such as smoking, grilling, or roasting bring out the natural flavors in these ingredients. A topping of roasted butternut squash or sweet potato can brighten the dish. Venison stew or smoked fish infuses a hearty, satisfying depth into the broth. Canadian cuisine's diversity shines through with regional specialties. Infuse noodle dishes with Québécois poutine elements like cheese curds and gravy, or use maple syrup as a glaze for roasted vegetables. This approach not only pays respect to the land's bounty, but allows the humble noodle to explore the tastes of French, British, indigenous, and immigrant influences, crafting an innovative dish both familiar and new. Norwegian cuisine is famous for minimalism, simplicity, and high-quality ingredients. Elevate instant noodles by incorporating seafood, fresh herbs, and light broths to highlight these features. Freshly caught cod or smoked salmon, lightly seasoned, reflect Norway's culinary aesthetic. Root vegetables provide texture without overpowering the noodles. Low and slow cooking techniques maintain each ingredient's integrity. Norwegian gourmet kitchen can also embrace international influences. Incorporating elements like Japanese soy sauce or Mediterranean olive oil can enrich the dish. For instance, toss noodles with olive oil, garlic, and chili, topped with grilled salmon for a Mediterranean-inspired meal. Or use lingonberry preserves or pickled garnishes for a tart and refreshing contrast. The fusion of global cuisines in instant noodles results in a dish that transcends borders. This demonstrates the adaptability and potential of this simple staple. Whether inspired by America's bold layers, Canada's sustainable and hearty ingredients, or Norway's fresh simplicity, instant noodles prove a versatile and imaginative canvas for culinary artistry. Ultimately, this exploration shows how comfort food can find new life in a gourmet world, connecting cultures through shared flavors and imaginative culinary pursuits. Let's celebrate this versatile dish by continuing to explore and experiment, transforming even the most unexpected ingredients into remarkable gourmet adventures.